Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain what is the basic features of 8051 and what is the basic difference between microcontroller and microprocessor. So, microcontroller means micro means small and controller, it is nothing but a device which can be control the operation of all devices, correct? Hence we can combine together and we can say that microcontroller is a computer on chip devices. Also a smaller computer on chip device consists of on chip RAM, ROM, that is read-only memory, random access memory, and input-output ports including timer and serial controller, which we can transmit the data serially. There are some examples containing Motorola 6811, Intel's 8051, Atmel 32. Here we can see the diagram, and also we can say that microcontroller is nothing but a single chip device which itself or it contains CPU, input output port, RAM, timer, counter, ROM and serial port. Now the microcontroller has also built-in RAM, ROM, input output port, serial port, timer, interrupt and clock circuit, as we know. And also we can say that microcontroller itself contains microprocessor, internal RAM, ROM and serial and parallel ports. Microcontroller incorporates all the features of microprocessor. Hence microcontroller are dedicated device which we can say that embedded within an application. There are various n number of application we can see in our day-to-day life. Okay, on-chip peripherals are selected with what we can say that which is depending on the specific of the target application. Also microcontroller are powerful digital processor. The degree of control and programmability they provide significantly enhance the effectiveness of application. So now we can see that the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, as we discussed just now, that CPU is standalone in microprocessor and all the devices like RAM, ROM, input output ports, timers, these all devices are separated from each other. Okay, but in microcontroller what we can say that CPU, RAM, ROM, input output devices and timers are on a single chip. Hence we say that it is a on chip computer. Okay, in microprocessor designer can decide on the amount of RAM, ROM and input output ports, but in microcontroller there is fixed amount of on chip ROM, RAM and input output ports. That's why microprocessor are expensive and microcontroller are not expensive. Also microprocessor have versatile quality and in microcontroller there is a single purpose quality. Now microprocessors are used in general purpose and microcontrollers are used for a special purpose. Now we will see microprocessor based system, correct? There are CPU, as we discussed, there are external RAM, ROM and input output devices, no internal RAM, ROM and input output ports in the CPU. Now in this diagram we can see that there is a CPU which contains general purpose microprocessor, correct? And there are many chips on motherboard. Many chips means what we can connect it. There are n peripheral devices are connected with the help of data bus and address bus to the CPU. This is nothing but a general purpose microprocessor system which contains separately RAM, separately ROM and other peripheral devices. Okay, this is nothing but the microprocessor based system. Now microcontroller based embedded system means what? There are a special purpose computer system that usually completes inside the device it controls, okay, and has a specific requirement and perform predefined task, which contains what? Automatically cost reduction compared to general purpose processor, right, and different design criteria. With the help of what we can say that perform enhancement, reliability, availability and safety. Now there are embedded systems example. What is mean by embedded? Now what we can say that embedded is nothing but again computer on chip or compact system. Just see the example of car. In that there are n number of system like powertrain, airbag system, in vehicle networking, braking system. These all are compact in one single vehicle. That is nothing but in embedded system. Okay, again in day-to-day daily life we can see various example for embedded system where we can use our microcontroller, like electronic book, tablet, television, industry, airline, space, broadcasting, medical, digital signals. After that printer, car, mobile phone, smartphone, camera, etc. Again, if we categorized our controller, there are two types of architecture. First is your von Neumann architecture and second is your Harvard architecture, correct? So we can say that a microcontroller basically categorized in n number of categories, like based on bits, then after based on memory, based on instruction set, and based on features. Okay, so in Harvard architecture the data and instruction are stored in separate memory units, each with their own bus. Okay, so PGM memory, that is program memory, and data memory. There are two types of memory. Both are connected to the microcontroller, and both are connected to microcontroller via address bus and data bus, and both are bidirectional, correct? There are some advantage. First is speeding of the data transfer rate, and second permits the designer to implement different bus width and word size for program and data memory space. Okay, now 8051 CPU operation, which contains features, pin diagram and block diagram. 8051 microcontroller, which is introduced firstly, that is Intel introduced first 8051, refer as MCS 51 in 1981, and 8051 it is an 8-bit processor. The CPU can work on only 8-bit of data at a time. Okay, there are categorization according to based on bits, but 8051 is basically of 8 bits. There are 8-bit, 16-bit and 13-bit type of microcontroller is also present. Okay, and the 8051 become widely popular after allowing other manufacturer to make the market any flavor of 8051. Now there are some features of 8051. Okay, there are some specialities which are present in 8051. That is, first is it is a 8-bit processor. Now it contains internal ROM RAM, correct, and input output lines. So ROM is about 4 KB internal ROM, 128 byte internal RAM, 4 8-bit input output ports, that means 32 input output lines. Okay, 2 16-bit timer and counter, then on chip full duplex UART for serial communication, then 5 vector interrupts, that is 2 are external, 3 are internal, timer 0, timer 1 and serial. Okay, also on chip oscillator is also present. Again there are 16-bit address bus, which is categorized as 64K external code memory and 64K external data memory. Okay, also 8051 has 16-bit program counter to access external code memory and 16-bit data pointer to access external data memory, 128 user defined flags, 32 general purpose register of 8-bit. Also 8051 have family which contains 8051 is a subset of 8052. Also the 8031 is a ROM-less 8051 which contains add external ROM to it. Also you can lose 2 ports and leave only 2 ports for input output operation. So in this table we can see that the features and categorization will be 8051, 8052 and 8031 according to ROM, RAM, timer, input output pin, serial port and interrupt sources. Now this is a pin diagram of 8051. It contains 40 pins, and also each pin having some description. 8051 family members, these are the family members, have 40 pins dedicated for various functions such as input output, RD, WR, that is receive, read, write, address, data and interrupts. Come in different packages such as dual in line package, that is next is QFP, that is quad flat package, and LLC, that is leadless chip carrier. Some companies provide a 20 pin version of 8051 with reduced number of input output pin for less demanding application. Okay, so this is nothing but a general, we can say that the overview of 8051, which contains features, which contain pin diagram, and what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Thank you.